In the last video, we talked about Darwin. He showed that species evolve through the dynamic interplay of variation and selection. Too much variation and you get chaos. Too much selection and life grinds to a halt. But held in tension, they give rise to the incredible diversity of life. Now, what happens when we take this down to the level of the individual? In human beings, it's not genes that are in tension. It's drives, desire for pleasure, hunger for status, fear of loss, love of truth. Each pulls us in different directions. And what makes us human is the ability to pull back and to reflect upon those drives, to ask, what do I really care about? What's worth pursuing? What matters most? That reflective capacity is the seed of selfhood. Every living creature has form. A bird is not just feathers and bones. Its parts fit together into a whole that's able to eat, fly, escape predators, and raise its young. Its form allows it to stay alive and to pass that form down to the next generation. Humans share this. We too are structured to survive and to reproduce. But we have something more. We can reflect on our form, not just live it, but take it up as an object. We can ask, what am I pursuing? And is it real? When we do, something new emerges. Selfhood. Selfhood is our form, raised to its highest expression. It's when our powers, appetites, emotions, and reason become integrated, aligned toward reality, rather than divided against each other. That integration is what makes us capable of agency. Plato saw this clearly. He described the tripartite soul, the appetitive part that craves pleasure, the spirited part that craves status or recognition, and the rational part that can reflect upon both, end itself, and harmonize all together. And in the allegory of the cave, he shows what happens when this harmony is cultivated. A person breaks free of illusion, struggles upward toward the light, and perceives reality as it actually is. Aristotle took the next step. He said, selfhood isn't a given, it has to be trained. For him, the features of character are virtues, not rigid rules, but dynamic skills of balance. For example, courage is the mean between cowardice and rashness. Temperance lies between indulgence and insensibility. The mean is the balance point between too much of something and too little of something, too much variation or too much selection. Finding the mean requires judgment, and judgment only comes from practice, from applying the virtues again and again until they become second nature. And this is Aristotle's great insight. Selfhood grows as a dynamic relationship between ourselves and our experiences, honed through training. But what happens if we don't cultivate this? If we allow appetite, status seeking, or fear to rule unchecked? Then reality recoils on us, and it feels like fate. Think of a marriage built on illusion, on surface compatibility, not deep alignment. For years, the facade holds, until betrayal shatters it. Or think of loyalty to a corrupt institution. You give decades of service, sacrificing friends, even family, only to be discarded when you're no longer useful. That's what it means to ignore reality, to divide yourself against yourself. And when reality comes crashing in, it doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels inevitable. It feels like destiny. But when you do cultivate selfhood, something else happens. You become a being with agency. You're no longer trapped in conditioning, stuck with one response. You can bring the maximum of your powers to bear on the moment. Sometimes it means adapting. Sometimes it means speaking the truth. Sometimes it means abandoning yourself to play or pleasure or enjoyment. Sometimes it means leaving. Sometimes it means reshaping the whole situation. Agency is not unlimited choice. It doesn't mean doing whatever you want. It means acting in ways that are fitted to reality. It looks like coherence under pressure. It looks like freedom with depth. It's the capacity to live in alignment with yourself and with the truth. This insight is part of modern psychology as well. The dynamic maturational model of attachment shows that security is not just one skill or one fixed style. It's the ability to flex, amplify, or mute signal as needed, to stay in contact with reality. And that's what we'll explore in the next video when we look at the dynamics of selfhood in relationships. So here's the challenge. Freedom isn't just doing whatever you want. Freedom is cultivating selfhood, becoming a being capable of transcending conditioning and living in accordance with truth. And if you don't, reality will strike back. And when it does, it'll feel like fate.